Hello, fellow Rebel Capitals. Hope you're well. Today, we're going to go over the top 3 reasons you are sucking at YouTube. And actually, I'm going to give you a bonus reason. So, let's dive right into it. And by the way, these things are a lot of the things that people do that basically sabotage themselves in YouTube and just absolutely kill views. They do this unknowingly. They don't even know they're doing it. And a lot of the things they think are helping are actually hurting their channel. So that's what we're going to go into right now. We did a screen share. Now we're going to roast a channel to give you examples of what not to do. But whose channel are we going to roast? That would be yours truly, mine. So
This guy sucks.
this guy's terrible. We go to the George Gammon channel, and as most of you know, right now it's got 543,000 subscribers. So fortunately I was able to figure it out pretty quick. Almost 918 videos. Wow, almost 1,000. Okay, so you can just go to my page and do this yourself if you want to. Just click oldest. And this was the first video I posted. Now, the first thing or the first tip that we're going to give you, the first thing that you're unknowingly doing that may be the reason you're sucking at YouTube or not getting the growth of the views or the subscribers you want, has to do with thumbnails and titles. And I know we say this all the time. We give you examples of good thumbnail and titles, but here's an example of bad thumbnail and title. Remember, the key component of getting someone to click is creating curiosity. It's creating curiosity. So let's look at some of the videos I did, like like these. Episode 1, Macro Real Estate Investing Show. Episode 2, Zero curiosity. None. Look at this thumbnail and title. Unless you knew who I was. Like if I was a famous person, okay, maybe. But back then, nobody knew who the hell I was. They didn't know me from Adam. So for me to go just episode 1, 2, and 3, this creates zero curiosity. I mean, at least this one's kind of decent. Top 5 reasons to invest in real estate. I'm going to give you a lot of bonus tips here or bonus reasons why people unknowingly suck. So number 1, no curiosity, thumbnail and title. Number 2 is they repeat the thumbnail and it's just like, why do I even have the title here? Look at this. The thumbnail says top 5 reasons to invest in real estate. And then I'm putting my hand up as if that does anything. And what's funny here is my hand is like this, but it's only showing 4 fingers. that doesn't even match. And then I just literally repeat the thumbnail in the title. So you have to see the title and the thumbnail is a huge opportunity to get people to click on your video. And what creates that curiosity, or one of the things that creates that curiosity, is the interplay between the title and the thumbnail. So now let's go to the latest. So the last video I did, we uploaded a day ago. It has 89,000 views. And the last few videos have done pretty well. We've got 147,000 views, 79,000 views, 288,000 views, 134,000 views. So let's look at this one at 288. And let's think about it through the lens of building curiosity and the interplay between the thumbnail and title. The first thing that this thumbnail is going to catch our attention, especially if you're a gold investor, because I've got a fake tweet from the Treasury Department and Scott Bessent there, a recognizable face that's going to draw someone's attention when they're scrolling through on their phone or on their television, their desktop, etc. And it says gold is now $20,000. So if you're a sound money guy or gal, or if you're into precious metals, this is going to, whoa, what? $20,000? What's happening here? So what that does is that gets you to read the title. Alert, their secret plan to revalue gold was just leaked. So I am not sitting here with a thumbnail and saying gold is now to 20,000, and then in the title I'm saying here's how gold can go to 20,000. That would be a total waste of the title or a waste of the thumbnail, whichever way you want to look at it. It's how the relationship between the two and how they play off of one another and how one enhances the other and creates even more like exponential curiosity. We'll go right here. So recognizable face, Michael Burry. Everyone's seen The Big Short. So we've got a fake tweet from Michael Burry. They haven't done this since 2008. And you're like, whoa, what haven't they done? What's the title? What's this about? Wall Street insiders just made a $1 trillion Michael Burry bet. Well, what is a Michael Burry bet? I don't know. I mean, I kind of know. I mean, is that short housing? I mean, I have to click on the video to find out. And it's obviously really important because it's $1 trillion. And oh my gosh, what you're talking about Wall Street insiders? So maybe this is some insider information or intel that I don't have or that I wouldn't hear on CNBC. You see how when we go through this, it's just more curiosity, more. And that isn't necessarily clickbait. People get those two things confused because when it's clickbait, you would go to the back end and your ratio thumbs up, thumbs down would be very, very poor because the content isn't delivering on the topic that is portrayed in the thumbnail and the title.
That's why it's so important to think about it beforehand. You should really be focusing before you record a video. What is the title thumbnail? For example, this video that you just clicked on, before we hit record, we already have the title and thumbnail done to make sure, first off, that we're sparking curiosity and tension within the viewer to give you a reason to watch, but then in the content, backing up what we said in the title and thumbnail to make sure that we're confirming the reason why you clicked on the video.
And backing up what we said, that takes us right into the next thing that people screw up. I said 3, but we're going to give you a lot more than 3 here because there's a lot more than I was doing way more than 3 things wrong. when I first started my channel, I sucked. And like we said a couple videos ago, that you just have to be okay with sucking at the beginning because everybody does. Everybody does. The key is knowing why you suck, changing it, iterating, and then getting better. Okay, so, but this takes us into number 2, which is the hook. So let's go to this video.
Don't buy another pair of glasses until you've seen what this new invention can do. These self-adjustable glasses are taking the world.
That right there is a great hook too, just on that ad. Okay, so let's go to the beginning of this video. So remember, the first 15 seconds, the first 30 seconds of a video is where you're going to lose the vast majority of the people. It's unbelievable, really. You would think that if someone clicked on the video, they would at least watch the first minute. Not true. Not true, not true, not true. In fact, I have, especially on my whiteboard videos, I have really good retention in the first 30 seconds. And if I have a real banger video, the ratio is about 80%, or the percentage of people that are still there after 30 seconds of clicking on the video is about 80%. So if you can get in the high 70s, that's really, really good. And I think most people that are new to YouTube or don't know anything about it, haven't looked at their analytics, would assume that, you know, after a minute, there's going to be like 98% of the people watching. Not true. And that's why it's so important that you build the curiosity with the thumbnail title. They click on it, but in the first 15 seconds, wham, you got to grab them.
Yeah, and so most people think they'll have 98% retention, but in reality, they'll have 70% of people leave. So they have 30 to 40% of people
the opposite of mine. Yeah. It's usually the opposite of mine. So if I have, you know, let's say 70 or 80% of the people still watching after 30 seconds, usually on most YouTube videos, it's like Josh said, it's maybe 40%, 30% are still watching after. I mean, it just plummets. It just goes straight down.
So it's blatantly clear, but then what people do is because they don't know what they're looking for, they blame it on the algorithm. They say that the algorithm doesn't like them. They've been putting out all these videos, but it's just the algorithm won't push it. Well, it
Yeah.
has, and people don't like it. They are not clicking on your videos and they're not watching it. That means that you have to do some self-reflecting and realize that you are the problem. But that's also good because the YouTube analytics will show you exactly what you're doing wrong. If you have incredible retention, then you know you have a title thumbnail idea issue. If you have, and if you're getting a
You're
lot
not
of
getting
views, but
views, and you're not getting views.
yeah. And so you are either having a title thumbnail issue or you are having a video issue. But YouTube will show you exactly what you're doing wrong, which makes it clear as to what you need to work on.
Not all the time, though, Josh. Not all the time. I've seen so many YouTubers that I'll give you an example. During the middle of the video, they'll intentionally say, and make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. And if they have a video that gets a lot of subscribers, they think to themselves, oh my gosh, well, that's obviously because I asked people to subscribe. And so they think that's the reason, but they're confusing correlation and causation. When in reality, I can assure you, asking people to subscribe to your YouTube channel does zero. If anything, it's a negative. And asking them to like and thumbs up the video, totally irrelevant. So you've got to make sure, and this is another reason why you should be watching these videos, guys, that you understand. Let's say if you do have that big drop off in retention, you understand why. Or if you have a really good video, you understand why. Because so much of this is completely unknown, and the things that you're doing well and the things that you're not doing well. And so I'm sure you've seen a lot of examples of what I was just talking about, right, Josh, where someone thinks they did something great when in reality that actually hurt their video. That video is successful in spite of you doing XYZ.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's an infinite things that you're probably
Yeah.
doing wrong that we're still doing wrong.
Okay, so let's go back to the focus here, which is the second thing that I wanted to discuss, and that's the intro, that's the hook. So let's look at this video that I did and see how captivating this hook is.
Hello, real estate investors. Yesterday, I did a video on my initial steps to analyzing a market to see if it's worth looking into as far as real estate investment. And I was going to try to make that a 10 or 15-minute video.
So who cares? Like, really, who cares? Like, I just clicked on this video and I've got this guy for the first 15 seconds telling me something about yesterday's video. Who gives a shit? If I cared about yesterday's video, I would have clicked on yesterday's video. So, right, I mean, they're done. They're absolutely done after this. There is no way anyone is going to watch after that, because I've just droned on for 15 seconds about something that was totally irrelevant. So you'll see so many YouTubers do this, that they'll have a video on like how to fix a chainsaw or something like that. And they won't get into how to fix a chainsaw for the first 2 minutes of the damn video, or in the first 3 seconds or the first 5 seconds. They're doing some sort of bumper, is what we used to call it, where it's like some sort of branded thing where they've got, or another example, I'll use my good buddy Peter Schiff, because I know he won't mind if I use him as an example of what not to do. But Peter comes from radio. You know, he had a radio show for a long time where you would have these branded intros. So now if you listen to Peter's podcast, and I think he probably does this on his videos as well, I don't know, but he'll have this branded intro that's like, I think from a couple movies, or it's like Gordon Gekko. It's something like that. But nobody cares about that. Like when they click on a Peter Schiff video, they want to hear about how the Fed sucks. They want to hear about how the government's stupid. They want to hear about how the dollar is going to crash. They want to hear about how the debt is unsustainable, and how gold is going to go to $50,000 an ounce, and how Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme. That's what they want to hear when they click on
It's
a Peter
great how you just summed up Peter's entire channel.
I understand this stuff pretty well, believe it or not. But and that's not bad. But that in fact, that shows you what Peter is really doing well, which is what I'm going to, I had this written down, what I'm going to talk about throughout at a certain point in this video, I'm going to talk about comparing a show and a channel to your YouTube channel itself. And Peter does this extremely well. So as an example, when you, I know we're going off topic, but we'll come back. When you watch The Office, you expect to see Michael Scott, you expect to see Dwight, you expect to see Jim and Pam and all these kind of subplots that they have. And you expect to see Dunder Mifflin and then getting into some sort of crazy scheme or story or something. If you clicked on The Office and got a cooking show with Michael and Dwight, you would be like, well, what is this? I don't really want this, especially if it wasn't funny. And it's like, no, I'm not interested. You're going to click off the video because you're expecting certain type of content. That's why you came to this channel to begin with. So another mistake that people make is they look at their YouTube channel as a channel, like a TV channel, like Fox or NBC, as opposed to looking at it like a show. And the viewer is going to look at your channel as a show, you see. And Peter, I don't know if he intentionally does this, but I just summed up every single one of his shows right there. So you know that if you tune in, you're going to get this. Just like if you tune into The Office, you know exactly what you're going to get. So the mistake that people inadvertently make, unknowingly make on YouTube, which is one of the reasons they suck and can't get views, is because they treat their channel like a TV channel instead of a TV show. And let's go back to this just horrific intro, and then we'll go back to my channel and I'll show you where I made that exact same mistake. So let's go back to this, Josh.
That turned out to be 48 minutes. So that's not going to work long term. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break these videos down to more bite-sized chunks, try to make them about 10 minutes so you can go ahead and consume them quickly and get the content that I'm trying to deliver.
30 seconds. I haven't said one thing that anybody cares about except me. And I think, boy, that's a huge lesson in and of itself, isn't it, Josh? How many YouTubers do you know just drone on about random things that only they care about and their audience doesn't care about, especially if their audience isn't a subscriber, and maybe doesn't know who you are, and this is the very first time that they clicked on one of your videos.
Yeah, so when I first started working for Ken, I remember vividly, they just got a new dog named Joey. And so they would do a live stream every single Monday. And what would happen would be Ken's wife, Danielle, would say, hey guys, look at the new dog we got. Ken, why don't you tell them the story as to why we got the dog and tell them about the new trick that I just taught the dog. And they would spend the first few minutes talking about the new dog when people were clicking on the video to hear about the real estate that Ken just bought or what's going on in the economic landscape. So think about that from a unique viewer. I'm clicking on a video because the Fed just did something to interest rates and it's going to impact housing prices. But I click on a video and now I'm learning about some dog and some couple new dog tricks that I don't even care about, nor do I know about, nor do I understand the backstory.
You know what'd be funny, Josh? Let's go to this video really quick. And I just want to show the audience what the retention graph looks like on this video. This was the 4th video I did. It's Real Estate Investing Training Series. They're just terrible title. Video number 1, why debt to GDP ratios are important. Okay, let me give you some examples of me treating this channel as a channel, a TV channel, instead of a show. So we've got the vlogs, these real estate vlogs, and now I'm doing like talking head on, looks like some sort of macro topic. Now I'm doing a show on macro. Now I'm going back to a talking head kind of thing. Now I'm doing back to a vlog on real estate. Now I'm going to a property tour. Wow. Okay. Now we're going back to the vlog. Now we're going into whiteboard video. Oh no, we're going to get into that in a moment. Oh, now I've got a before and after video on, looks like a flip. Oh yeah, this is what we used to call this the goal department. This flip that I did. This is exactly what not to do. Because if someone subscribes, I mean, I can assure you no one subscribed for watching this video, but let's assume that one crazy person subscribed because they watched this video right here. They're expecting to see these types of videos. They're not subscribing. If they subscribe because they watched this one right here, they don't want to see a real estate vlog. I mean, who cares? And by the way, this is one of the reasons why I think the real estate vlog didn't do that well, because it was actually really, really good. Like because why? It was just an extension of our TV show. So when I first started the YouTube channel, I was really, really good at creating this type of content because I had a lot of practice from the TV show that we did. So as an example, let me show you here. So compare, now keep in mind, this vlog was done, I don't know, maybe a week or two after that video that I just showed you that was horrific intro, where I just ramble on about nothing that anybody cares about, and how these thumbnails and titles were so bad, right? So I properly sucked at YouTube, but then watch this video. All right, so we're right downtown, got out of the Uber. This is like the big convention center here in town. They call it Plaza Mayor. Got it. But I retired back in 2012, and before I retired back in the United States, I used to go to these things all the time. I had my finger on the pulse of the kind of the fashion back in the States, but here I've got no clue. The only thing I know about fashion here is they don't make shoes big enough for my feet. Grab something to eat, grab a beer, then shoot back into the main part. What's that? Right behind me. Oh, I did not notice that. I swear that's random, right? I think this is all Spanx. This is just for girls. Gosh, you know what Spanx are?
Like I don't know. I think it's like the tight leggings.
No, Spanx are these things that women wear that are like super tight spandex, and they wear them under their dress to make them look thinner.
Nice.
And so you can see, like, you can wear like body Spanx right here. That like, if you have like arm fat or something, it like sucks up your arm fat, so you actually look thin. So this was just for women, but they had this display right here where they had actual Spanx for dudes.
This is the material spandex.
How much does this suck in? Like
A lot.
a lot? All right. So you just get this and it, like, can you still breathe? More or less?
Yes.
Oh yeah. So breathing might be tough, but damn, you'll look good. See, so you can tell that I had a lot of practice and a lot of experience doing these types of videos, because they're very similar to how we would shoot a TV show, but there would be a much better storyline. So anyway, Josh, were you able to pull up that retention?
Yeah, I have it up. I was actually shocked when I pulled it up with how good it was.
Really?
Yeah,
I think why though. I pull it up.
Yeah, and so the reason is because none of these views came when George posted the video.
I was
In
just gonna
fact,
say that.
the first 60 days, 21 people watched this video, but because you got so popular over time, people went back, and I was one of those people where I went back and watched your old videos. Yeah. And so your retention is from subscribers that already wanted to watch your stuff.
Actually pretty good.
Really good.
Wow. Yeah. So this is actually a really bad example, because
let me go to one that's not as old, because what happens when you start to grow on YouTube, people that become super fans where they watch all of your videos go back to the oldest videos and watch them. But this is one that never got picked up after the fact, really.
Oof.
Wow. It's still the retention. This is the best retention I've seen.
Gosh, oh my gosh. Look at the views though compared to the normal. That's great. Just flatline.
And so I guess George's channel is not a great example, but if you do look through,
it is, but it's still what you're saying though, Josh. It's still what you're saying, that if this was a normal channel where people weren't going back, like super fans, that's basically what's happening. Like super fans of the channel now are going back and watching those videos just to be entertained, and because they know who I am, and it's fun to watch how bad I sucked. So
so that's actually one of the superpowers of when you start to grow your brand. And when George was saying he spent months where all of these videos were getting no views, But
Mhm.
when you're consistently making good videos over time, it is just a matter of time until people find out about it. And if you have real quality in your videos, people don't just watch that video. They then go to your channel and binge watch every single video that you have. And that's where you get that explosive growth, where George was getting 100 views per day on his channel, up to 70,000 views per day. It's
Yeah, actually,
because
let
of
me
this.
show that really quick, Josh.
I can do it right here.
Yeah,
One of the most powerful things where you get 0 results and then all the results at once.
there you go, right there.
So during
And
this time, those were the videos that he was just going over. He was
yeah,
posting every single day here. This is months on end. But then boom. I
you
mean,
go
imagine.
from 40, and that's for the whole 0 views the whole day. The whole
Yeah.
day, my whole channel got 0 views. Did you see that one that you just scrolled
Yeah.
by? I don't know where.
So
There, look. What date was
yeah,
that?
July
Thursday, July. What is it?
2019.
My whole channel got 0 views. Now that and then fast forward to what is it? September.
September, you were getting 200 views
Okay,
or
keep
74 views.
go to where it skyrockets.
So you were posting every day. And
Yeah.
these are months. Imagine spending months on something and having 50 people watch your videos. So these are months on end, and then you go straight up to
43,000 a day.
yeah, and then
I
you
know
just
at one point it
maintain
was
that.
like 70,000 a day. Or there was one day where I got like 70,000 views or after it just kind of went parabolic there. But and keep in mind, this goes the lifetime of the channel. But at the beginning of the channel, I just set it up. I didn't post any videos. So I didn't really start posting videos until like the summer, like maybe July or so you can see because of the 0 views. Oh, that's probably why it was 0, because that's when I started posting. The main takeaways for this video: number 1, we want to understand the interplay between the thumbnail and title, and you need to realize that this has to create curiosity.
Can
So
you go to Russell Brand's channel to show that? Because a lot of people
I think people can do that on their own, and we showed an example of my more recent videos where we did that, I think, extremely well. And so then you can look at these old videos and see how I didn't do that well, and I made this terrible mistake of just saying the exact same thing in the thumbnail and in the title. That's number 1. Number 2 is the first 15-30 seconds, or really any part of the video, you've got to make sure that it's relevant to why people clicked on this to begin with. You're giving them the content they want. And this is just so crucial in that first 30 seconds. And this is just a perfect example of what not to do right here. And then the bonus tip, I think, would be to make sure you treat your YouTube channel as a TV show and not as a TV network. Maybe that's a better way to say it. So if you have these types of videos, these talking heads, all of them should be talking heads. And if you're doing vlogs on real estate, then all of them should be vlogs. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't create different types of content, but if you do, create a separate channel. And that's one thing that we've done really well recently. And this channel is a perfect example. We've got the Rebel Capitalist Business Accelerator, because on this channel, we're going to be doing these types of talking head videos, talking about how you can improve your YouTube channel and use it to generate really solid leads and to grow your business and to grow your revenues and to grow your profit. I'm not talking about that on the Rebel Capitalist channel. I'm not talking about that on the Rebel Capitalist Interviews channel. I'm not talking about that on the George Gammon channel. You see? But these are all types of videos I want to create, but I set up separate YouTube channels just like I would set up separate TV shows. Josh, anything to add?
No, I think that's it. For the show, it's because of the emotional response that people train themselves when they're clicking on a video. If I watch a Mr. Beast video, before I click, I know the emotion that I'm going to feel during the video, because every single time I get that same emotion. Same thing for a Rebel Capitalist video. When you're live streaming, I know that you're going over the daily news and I'm going to get the summary of everything that I need to know for the day. And so because I've trained myself emotionally, it subconsciously allows people to click and then turn off a lot of parts of their brain because they know what they're going to get.
Yeah, great point. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you on the next video.